Trail cameras are devices that have garnered significant interest from wildlife enthusiasts and cryptid hunters alike. Every so often, these cameras capture something so bizarre that the owners wish they had never set the device up in the first place. Sure, trail cameras are great inventions that allow us to see parts of our world we've never seen before, but sometimes what we see is downright terrifying. From creepy witch encounters to eerie ghost-like figures, here are some of the weirdest things caught on trail cameras. Enjoy. Crows. While crows have a bad reputation for being associated with death and disease, they are actually quite fascinating creatures. Possessing a unique sense of self, these animals have proven time and time again that they are incredibly intelligent. So much so that some consider them to be the smartest animals in the world. In the first clip, we see an abnormally large crow spotted in a field on a snowy day. While this is most likely a trick of the camera angle and lighting, the resulting image is quite mysterious and entertaining. Some have even gone so far as to claim that this is a thunderbird, a giant ancient creature featured in Native American legends. In another clip, we see a group of crows standing with their backs to each other in a grassy area. Suddenly, another crow joins them and hastily takes its position in the strange formation, as if performing a strange ritual. These cunning animals not only set themselves apart from other birds with their strange behavior, but they also constantly amaze us with their intelligence. With excellent problem-solving and communication skills, crows hunt in organized groups with their own hierarchy. Each member has a very specific role. They will take every opportunity they can get to take down any prey they set their eyes on. A farmer who set up a trail camera on his property noticed something strange next to his cattle. The green object he couldn't make sense of looked quite scary and strange. Overcome with curiosity, the farmer uploaded footage of the incident online and learned that another farmer had seen the same formation approaching his pigs. Although many theories were put forward and could not be identified, the formation, emitting a hazy green light around it, looks extremely disturbing. Could this be a spaceship or a piece of sci-fi technology we haven't encountered yet? You can share your thoughts with us in the comments. ODD Fellows. Most people use trail cameras to capture animals in their natural habitat, but these cameras can sometimes capture unexpected things that are hard to put into words. This is exactly what happened to an Ohio man who decided to record the nearby woodland. In the early hours of the morning, someone wearing a chicken costume was caught on camera wandering through the bushes, mumbling something. Upon noticing the camera, instead of walking away, the funny costumed person decides to put on a little performance for the viewers. The person inside this giant chicken mascot costume could not be identified. Still, we hope he made it to wherever he was going safely, as the woodland can be very dangerous for a giant chicken. Maybe he's on his way to a costume party. Who knows? Besides, the weirdness caught on trail cameras isn't just limited to people in chicken costumes. Be prepared for what we'll encounter in the coming minutes. A different kind of style. The iconic white-tailed deer of North America is one of the most recognizable and beloved deer species of all. These adorable animals fascinate us with their flighty nature and all-around cuteness. Rising to international fame with Bambi, whitetails are the smallest and most widespread deer species in America. One of the most attractive features of these hoofed creatures is the antlers that adorn their heads. Each antler is a completely unique, extraordinary work of art. Antlers are generally unique to males, but antlered females can be encountered on rare occasions. Deer antlers, which can grow up to an inch a day, are among the fastest growing tissues in nature. Some male deer experience a condition known as antler deformity, which results from injury or genetic conditions. This usually results in the animal living with strange-looking antlers for the rest of its life. A trail camera placed in the forest managed to capture a deer suffering from this condition. Other than its funny appearance, the deer doesn't seem too bothered by its downward growing antlers. We can even say that it gives the camera sneaky poses, as if it is eager to show off its interesting hairstyle. Spooky sightings. Late one night, a trail camera set up somewhere deep in the woods revealed something terrifying lurking behind a cluster of trees. The pale humanoid creature seems to be aware that it is being watched the entire time and is careful not to step in front of the camera. At one point in the video, it sticks its head out from where it's hiding and nervously looks at the camera. Suddenly, it emerges from behind the tree and vanishes into the night, far too quickly for a human. Although the scene is properly illuminated with infrared light, and we can see every move it makes, it was pitch black when the footage was taken. Apparently, the darkness was not a problem for the creature. If you've noticed, for a while the terrifying creature seems to want to confront us, but luckily it changes its mind and hides among the trees. Just when we think it has completely disappeared, it makes a quick move towards the camera, almost destroying the device. Luckily, the camera doesn't take any serious damage and manages to capture everything that happened in full detail, including the moment the creature tries to bite the lens. Bigfoot. Almost everyone has the same creature in mind when they think of Bigfoot. Although many people do not accept the existence of this legendary creature, there are still people patrolling the desolate forests in the hope of catching a glimpse of it. We know that trail cameras come in handy in many situations. One of these situations could be the visualization of Bigfoot. In some of the recorded footage, a hairy creature running through the forest is noticeable. Whatever this creature is, there is no doubt that it is much larger than any known primate. It can also be clearly seen that he has mastered walking on two legs. There are many people who set up motion-activated cameras in various parts of the forests. Frankly, this seems to be the only way we can see the forest creature we still haven't caught. Whether Bigfoot is real or not continues to be one of the most debated topics of our time. Still, we have to admit that taking all this strange footage into account, it seems like a plausible possibility that Bigfoot could be hiding somewhere deep in the woods. On the other hand, it is extremely interesting that a creature has not been caught for so long. Apparently, Bigfoot knows how to use his intelligence when it comes to hiding. Eyes of the night. A pair of eerie eyes glowing in the dark were caught on a motion-activated trail camera. In the environment illuminated by the camera, you can see the creature hiding behind the trees in the upper left corner. Although the figure does not appear to be moving, the owner of the device believes that the camera was activated by the creature. Whatever formation is caught on camera seems to be looking directly at the camera. It is not known where the image was taken. The eyes are too high to belong to a large cat, bear, or deer. Some of those who watched the footage suggested that it could belong to the skinwalker, which is mentioned in Native American legends. In Native American folklore, skinwalkers are evil witches who can transform into any animal. They can also take over the minds of animals or humans and live in their bodies. In another image taken in the Wisconsin woods, we see a jackal wandering around the bushes. Suddenly, a pair of eerie, round eyes appear from the darkness. The creature in the woods seems to have been watching the jackal for a while. After a while, the jackal becomes aware of the sinister being hiding among the trees, but by the time it turns around to check behind it, the eerie creature disappears into the depths of the forest. Hiding in the shadows. An extremely eerie, human-like entity captured by a trail camera roaming the remote corners of a quiet suburban neighborhood has left viewers terrified. The disturbing image initially shows a normal and calm scene, when suddenly a very strange shape emerges from somewhere in the shadows. It looks around nervously, as if to make sure it's not being watched, and then quickly moves towards a nearby parked vehicle. Although this terrifying footage appears to be a moment of theft at first glance, a closer look reveals that the mysterious creature is clearly not human. In addition to his strange movements, he doesn't seem to have any arms. While many insist this is nothing more than a potential theft caught on camera, others have argued that the footage is of something supernatural. Returning to the shadows within seconds, the creature was not seen again that evening. We don't know if this is one of the scary creatures mentioned in urban legends, and unfortunately, we'll never know. Forest Witch. This image was taken by a trail camera set up near a field just days before Halloween last year. Although we don't know who first uploaded the terrifying video to the internet, the entity caught on camera that night is clearly visible and is undoubtedly a supernatural being. At first glance, the person in the video appears to be a young woman wearing some sort of hospital gown, but it's pretty obvious that something is wrong. Although the images are not entirely clear, the large, strange head piece worn by the white-clad entity caught the attention of many. We think it might be a pair of horns, but it's hard to be sure. The timing of the strange entity is also quite odd. The woman appeared at exactly 3:33 in the morning, a mystical time popularly known as the witching hour or the devil's hour. This time of day has been associated with supernatural events throughout history. Witches, demons, and ghosts are thought to perform their most powerful and demonic activities during this time frame. The 3 a.m. hours are similarly seen as ominous times. For example, the character Emily in the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose woke up every day at 3 a.m. to a strange smell. In the movie The Conjuring, the clock also stops at 3 a.m., and from that moment on, things start to go wrong. During the time the images in question were taken, there are some technical problems with the camera, and the device gives errors several times throughout the video. Toy doll. Trail cameras set up near a small road in a beautiful forest captured this eerie image a few years ago. The footage, taken in the town of Jonesboro in the U.S., shows a green stroller left in the middle of the road and a doll inside. There is no one in sight, and everything is shrouded in an eerie silence. There isn't even the slightest breeze to wave the leaves and trees. It's like everything is frozen in time, isn't it? Yet while everything is as beautiful as a painting, we come face to face with the creepy doll. The doll, which seems to be looking directly at the camera, suddenly falls over violently, as if pushed by a strange invisible force. The video ends before we can see what kind of entity is responsible for this terrifying moment. Coincidentally or not, the area where the incident took place, Jonesboro, has a rich history filled with ghosts, as well as many haunted houses. Stranger Things viewers will also remember that this is one of the locations featured in the series. While we can't say anything about the veracity of haunted houses and ghosts, we're sure it would be terrifying to encounter something like this in the middle of the road. Don't you think an unknown entity put the doll there and hid behind the trees, waiting for someone to fall into the trap? Real Yeti. Almost everyone has heard of the ape-like creature said to live in the wild forests and mountains of our planet, far away from us humans. Many people hope to one day film this legendary creature known as the Yeti, but very few have had the opportunity to do so. Unfortunately, the vast majority of alleged Yeti photos consist of fake images or misidentifications. On the other hand, every now and then someone captures something that's not so easy to ignore and takes the whole world by surprise. Recently, 3 students from the Kemerovo region of South Siberia were alleged to have filmed the Yeti. Noticing strange tracks in the snow while walking down the road, the children began to argue about what might have made them and decided to follow the tracks. In the footage, you can see the children almost coming face to face with the Yeti. It is clear that both sides are terrified by this unexpected encounter. As the creature moves away from the children start running away. Encounters like this are very rare in Russia. This is said to be the first clear shot of the Yeti in Russian history. Also, such examples contribute to rumors that the Yeti lives in the cold Siberian forests. Super squirrels. A fight between a small, cute squirrel and a wild and possibly venomous snake may not seem fair, but the tiny squirrel has no reason to fear the snake, as squirrels are completely immune to snake venom thanks to a special protein in their blood. It is a known fact that these creatures with developed reflexes attack, injure, and even eat snakes. Over the years, many moments of squirrels defeating snakes have been filmed. To be honest, the savagery these little monsters create looks quite remarkable. A squirrel in the forests of Costa Rica was caught on camera following a tropical snake it saw as a delicious lunch. The snake, which goes into defense mode, tries to scare the rodent away by inflating its body like a cobra. But in vain, the squirrel has no intention of giving up. It spins around the reptile, waiting for the moment to attack. The snake tries to fend off the squirrel against the incoming moves, but it cannot be said to be successful. After a while, the squirrel decides that the energy expended by its prey is not worth it, and disappears among the trees in the blink of an eye. All these incredible things caught on trail camera have once again shown that we have a lot to learn about what's going on in various parts of our world. Which images did you find most interesting? If you have any interesting things caught on your cameras, feel free to share them with us. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.